Hello, everyone. This is Willie Miss 45. Cowboy action shooting is a sport that once you get into it and you fall in love with it, it tends to take up most of your spare time. I always joke with my friends that I'm either going to a shoot, getting ready for a shoot, or cleaning up from a shoot. And what I mean by cleaning up from a shoot is what I'm doing tonight. When I first come home, I'll have probably somewhere around 120 pieces of brass, uh, sometimes more, depending on how many stages we're in a shoot. And I have to get it ready to use again, right? So in this bin, I have the 44 Magnum cases that I use. This goes in my revolver. And then these are 357 in this bin, and the bin that I've processed. These are 357, and I run those through my rifle. So basically, what my goal is here is I want to get the brass uh, decapped, resized, and then get the mouth of the case belled so that when I insert a bullet, it doesn't scrape off the powder or the powder coating or the lead of the bullet, right? And so it's a fairly straightforward process. This is a Hornady lock and load press. I just stick a piece of brass in there, run it up through, it gets decapped, and then the same piece of brass will go in and it'll get resized. And then in the last stage, it'll get the case mouth belled. And I just keep, adding brass and going through like that until it's done. It really doesn't take all that long. And so from here, if you notice the bullet now, it just seats in there. There's no way I'm going to scrape any paint or lead off of that. So I'm happy with that. But what I end up with is a case that's ready to load. A lot of people would just load it from this standpoint. In fact, they would have had all the dies in and just made a bullet. I don't do that. I like to break it down and take my time and make my bullets um, carefully so that I can minimize any issues I might end up with on the firing line. So what I do is once I finish here, I dump these into a ammo can, and when enough of them accumulate, I'll drop them in a wet tumbler and then dry them. And that way the dirty primer pocket's taken care of and the brass basically looks brand new. So anyway, that's the first step in cleaning up after a shoot. Take care.